Hello, and welcome back to the Cracking Fang YouTube channel. New year, new sweet ramble video. It seems like as if it's the norm for tech YouTubers to discuss all of their grand plans of things they want to accomplish in the new year. Something about all the frameworks and technologies they're going to learn. Though, from my perspective, it kind of just seems like clickbait, and who knows what they're actually going to do and whether they're going to see it through, or it's just for the clicks and the views, but anyway. Well, I've got something similar in mind for 2025, except that I'm not actually planning to learn any new frameworks or technologies. Quite the opposite. I don't actively plan on really learning anything that's new and hot. I have something else entirely in mind for 2025. This video isn't really a technical one, and it's more on the personal side, so if that's not your thing, then here's your cue to basically click to another video. Don't worry, I won't be offended. But before we get into it, I do just want to say, if you are enjoying these rambles and want to see more, then smash the like button and subscribe to the channel to help me grow. Alright, let's get into it. What exactly will be my focus goal for 2025? I think it's pretty fair to say that 2024 was one hell of a year. The amount of absolutely wild and crazy events that went down last year has to go on record as one of the most turbulent and chaotic years that I can remember. The amount of times I read what was going on in the world and thought to myself that it really cannot get much more of a clown show than this, and then 1 week later saying the exact same thing after the next big thing happened, well, let's just say that it was definitely very draining and taxing. From high highs to low lows, 2024 was definitely one to forget. It's easy to get carried away with everything that's going on around us and not realize just how much of an effect it has on our minds and day-to-day routines. For this reason, the same year that 2024 was aptly the year of the dragon, I've decided to make 2025 my personal year of quality. Now, what exactly do I mean by a year of quality, and how am I hoping to operate differently as a result? For starters, I want to wipe away the distractions in my life. Especially in 2024, I found myself constantly getting dragged down rabbit holes and giving my attention and emotional energy to things that really didn't deserve it. For this reason, I'm actively going to be monitoring and controlling my usage of the internet and social media to give myself more peace of mind this coming year. The goal is to take control back and put my energy and time into quality experiences that are more than just short-term dopamine rushes. I'm taking actions like putting my phone away when at the office or when working from home, for example, leaving it in another room. I'll be using Chrome extensions to block websites to keep me focused on my work and not get distracted by the endless crap out there. I think in this modern age, it's really not possible to avoid consuming content online entirely, but I can at least be smart and precise with this. I've identified the content that actually adds value to my life, and I've created rules for myself as to when I can consume it. For example, I'll listen to my favorite podcasts at the gym or during my commute, but really not outside of that. I do like to get sucked down the YouTube rabbit hole and watching suggested videos, so to combat this, I'll actually be blocking access to the website and only trying to consume the random junk at predetermined times on the weekend to unwind. It's pretty tricky given the muscle memory and, you just go on your phone and you're automatically opening the app. But, it's something that I've done in the past and it really did help me clear my mind and overall relax me. So I'm looking to replicate that. The second area I want to focus on quality relates to consumerism. Obviously, unless you're watching this from North Korea, which you probably aren't, then you probably live in a society where consumerism plays a large part in the day-to-day lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, I'm no communist who is going to lecture you on the evils of capitalism and blah, 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 blah. On the contrary, I'm a very well-paid software engineer and I definitely enjoy the fruits of my labor and pampering myself with consumer goods. But I think that there is a limit that needs to be applied to this consumerism. Just because I have a lot of disposable income doesn't mean I need to buy random things on a whim or waste money. My goal here is to reduce the consumerism to a point of actively just trying to buy high quality goods which will serve me for a long time and don't need to be frequently replaced or upgraded. There's a sort of inner peace that comes with having a core set of quality items that serves you well, as opposed to constantly needing to buy more and more junk that just accumulates. If you guys haven't tried the 30-day disposal challenge, I'd recommend you try it and see how you almost get addicted to getting rid of stuff you no longer need. The basic premise is that on day 1, you throw away or donate 1 item that you no longer need. Then 2 items on day 2, 3 on day 3, and so on and so forth for 30 days. By the end, you really start getting a dopamine rush for keeping your possessions trimmed down to only what you actually need. By aiming to only purchase higher tier quality goods, it artificially puts brakes on consumerism due to the higher prices associated with these items. Not only does it get you to stop accumulating things you don't really need or you won't use long term, but it allows you to enjoy and get value out of the things you do choose to spend your money on. Point number 3 has to do with health. On this front, I'm already doing quite well, but I guess there's always more that can be done here. I've always been a person who loves to exercise and go to the gym, so I don't really see much more I can do on this front other than incorporate some more cardio days. I'm basically addicted to the gym at this point, and it's definitely an addiction that I'm happy to feed daily. The positive effects, not just physical, but also mental and emotional, are really too good to ignore, and if you've been slacking on your fitness, well, here's your sign to get yourself into gear. Alongside with the gym, I want to continue to strive to consume high quality, healthy food, looking to overall eat less, but focus on higher quality organic foods to keep myself feeling great. I can really feel the effects of a few bad meals right away, and given I have the means to do so, there's really no reason for me not to spend the extra money to emphasize quality foods in my diet. I also hope to do things like trying to avoid consuming foods and drinks from plastic bottles where I can, going to the sauna more often, stretching and doing meditation before bed to clear my head, and ensure a good night's rest. Avoiding alcohol and overconsumption of sweets, not that I really do that anyway, but all of these little things will add up to massive effects on the mind, and it's crazy to see the compounding effects of having all of your ducks in a row when it comes to your health and well-being. The final point will be an emphasis on quality time and experiences. Similar to the point I made earlier about avoiding low-quality content in the digital space, in the real world, one can have similar goals. Prioritizing quality time with those most important is definitely going to be a focus for the next year. Instead of falling into the same habits and cycles, I want to venture out and strive for new experiences and adventures that I'll cherish and remember for years to come. It's not always easy as it requires more planning and complex logistics, but it's the out of the ordinary experiences that will stick with you for life. So I think that's probably enough pontificating for enough video. To sum it up, the focus of this year will be on quality, whether it be in the foods that I eat, the products that I consume, or how I choose to spend my time digitally and in the real world. The objective is to focus on quality, to aim to enjoy and get the most value from what life has to offer instead of trying to constantly chase dopamine and feel terrible after. To clear the distractions and maintain focus and clarity of the mind, to achieve my longer term goals and chase success, wiping away all that is superfluous and focusing only on what matters. Well, that's my goal for 2025. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching until the end, and I will see you in the next video.